Hello dear children, welcome to ITF. From the last class we are learning properties of inverse trigonometric functions and also we learned property number 1, that is what sine of sine inverse x is x, where x should be belongs to closed interval -1 to +1, and also sine inverse of sine x is x, where x should be belongs to closed interval -π/2 to +π/2, like that for all 6 trigonometric functions also we learned that property, and now we are going to learn property number 2. Okay, let us see what is the property number 2 says. Okay, in that 3 sub properties are there. So first property is sine inverse of 1 by x is cosec inverse x, where see this condition is very important, where x should be greater than or equal to 1 or x is less than or equals to -1. It's nothing but x is greater than or equal to 1. It's nothing but x should be belongs to semi closed interval 1 to infinity, or x is less than or equals to -1. It's nothing but x should be belongs to semi open interval -infinity to -1. Okay, so x belongs to these two, or it's nothing but x should be belongs to semi open interval -infinity to -1 union semi closed interval 1 to infinity. It's just nothing but x should be belongs to set of all real number excluding open interval -1 to +1. Okay, so this is about x, right? So these all meaning is the same. Okay, x is greater than or equal to 1, or x is less than or equals to -1, or you can tell this property as x belongs to semi closed 1 to infinity, or x belongs to semi open -infinity to -1, or we can tell x is belongs to semi open interval -infinity to -1 union semi closed 1 to infinity, or we can tell x is belongs to set of all real number excluding -1 to +1. These all meanings are same. Or we can tell mod x. Okay, this should be greater than or equal to 1. Second property you see, cos inverse 1 by x is equals to secant inverse x. That time also x is greater than or equal to 1, or x is less than or equal to -1. Again it's nothing but these all meaning for x. Okay, and here tan inverse 1 by x is equals to cot inverse x. Here the condition should be x is greater than 0. Okay, so let us see these all conditions. These conditions are very important. It's meaning in this particular condition only these properties are exist. Okay, so in 1 mark question they can ask in exam that they are giving for which value sine inverse 1 by x is equals to cosec inverse x holds. Okay, that time you should write x is greater than or equal to 1, or x is less than or equal to -1, or you can write x is greater than or equal to 1, or you can write x belongs to set of all real number excluding open interval -1 to +1, or you can write x belongs to semi open interval -infinity to -1 union semi closed interval 1 to infinity. Like this you should write condition for x. Okay, so in this particular domain only these all properties exist. Okay, for these two the same domain is there, but for tan inverse 1 by x is equals to cot inverse x, that is x greater than 0. Here condition should be what? X should be greater than 0, then only this property exists. Okay, so let me prove these all properties. Okay, they can ask in exam for prove this property. Prove sine inverse 1 by x is equals to cosec inverse x. They can ask this question for 2 marks. Okay, so let me prove these all the properties first. Okay, so what is the first property here? The first property is sine inverse 1 by x. Okay, sine inverse 1 by x, that is equals to what? Cosec inverse x. Okay, so how to prove this property? Okay, so you know already here what is the condition for x? X should be greater than or equal to 1, or x should be less than or equal to -1. Okay, so this is the first property we are going to prove now. Okay, so let me take cosec inverse x is equals to y, or else you can take sin inverse 1 by x also y you can take, no problem. Okay, so if you know already, if y is equals to sin inverse x, if y is equals to sin inverse x, you are writing what? X is equals to what? Sin y. Okay, like this we can use this property here. Cosec inverse x is equals to y, we can write x is equals to what? Cosec y. Okay, x is equals to cosec y. Again you know that cosec is nothing but 1 by sin y. Okay, so x is equals to 1 by sin y. Okay, again send x here, sin y here. We are getting sin y is equals to what? 1 by x. Okay, so again we can write, if y is equals to sin inverse x, x is equals to sin y. Again if x is equals to sin y, we can write y is equals to sin inverse x. Again we can write here y is equal to what? Sin inverse 1 by x. Okay, sin inverse 1 by x. Okay, so next after this, what is y here? We have taken y is what? Cosec inverse x. So this becomes cosec inverse x is equals to what? Sin inverse 1 by x. That is nothing but sin inverse 1 by x. This equals to what? Cosec inverse x. Okay, so we have proved property number 2 in that sub property 1. Okay, sin inverse 1 by x is equals to cosec inverse x with the condition here. What is the condition? X should be greater than or equal to 1, or x should be less than or equal to minus 1. Okay, so this is about property number 2, the sub property number 1. Okay, so how to use this property? Okay, I am applying this property. How to use? Using of this property is sin inverse 1 by 2. Okay, we can write sin inverse 1 by 2 as what? Cosec inverse 2. Like this we can use this property. Okay, again we can write sin inverse 1 by root 2. We can write cosec inverse 2. Cosec inverse root 2. Like this we can use the property, or else we can use like this also. Cosec inverse 2 by root 3 is also written as what? Sin inverse root 3 by 2. Like this also we can use this property. Okay, so this is about the property sin inverse 1 by x is equals to cosec inverse x. Okay, so how to prove this property? Let us consider cosec inverse x is equals to y. You can take sin inverse 1 by x is also equal to y, no problem. Okay, so cosec inverse x is equals to y, x is equals to cosec y, therefore x is equals to 1 by sin y. Therefore we are writing sin y as 1 by x. Again y is equals to sin inverse 1 by x, and y is nothing but cosec inverse x. Okay, so cosec inverse x is equals to sin inverse 1 by x. Therefore sin inverse 1 by x is equals to cosec inverse x. Okay, so this is the property number 1. Okay, so in the what is the next property? The next property is what? Cos inverse 1 by x is equals to what? Sec inverse x. Okay, so the property 2, the property number 2. What is property 2 here? Cos inverse 1 by x. This is equals to what? Sec inverse x or secant inverse x, with the condition that x should be greater than or equal to 1, or x is less than or equal to minus 1. Okay, so how to prove this property? Yes, how to prove? Let us consider cos inverse 1 by x is y, or sec inverse x is equals to y. Okay, so let me consider sec inverse x is equals to what? Y. So that we can write x is equals to secant y. Again you know secant y can be written as 1 by cos y, right? Sec is reciprocal of cos. X is equals to 1 by cos y. Therefore cos y is equals to what? 1 by x. Okay, so again we can write y is equals to what? Cos inverse 1 by x. Right? So what is y here? Y is sec inverse x. Now put the value of y here. Sec inverse x, this equal to what? Cos inverse 1 by x. That is nothing but cos inverse 1 by x. This equals to what? Sec inverse x. Okay, so we have proved the property where condition should be what? X should be greater than or equal to 1, or x should be less than or equal to minus 1. Okay, so how to use this property? again I'll consider some of the examples now. Yes, how to use this property? Cos inverse 1 by 2, we can write it as what? Secant inverse 2, right? And again we can write this property as cos inverse 1 by 2. This equal to what? Sec inverse root 2. Like this also you can use. If sec inverse root 2 is there, you can use cos inverse 1 by 2 also, right? So sec inverse 2, again we can write it as cos inverse 1 by 2 also. Okay, we can use it forward and backward also, right? And again, how to use the property? I'll take another example. Cos inverse root 3 by 2. Again this can be written as what? Secant inverse 2 by 3. Okay, if secant inverse 2 by root 3 is there, you can write it as cos inverse root 3 by 2. Like this we can use this property. Okay, so this is about the property number 2. What is that property? Cos inverse 1 by x is equals to secant inverse x. Okay, so how to prove this one? Let me take secant inverse x is equals to y, x is equals to secant y, therefore x is equals to 1 by cos y, therefore cos y is equals to 1 by x, therefore we can write y is equals to cos inverse 1 by x, then this y is nothing but secant inverse x. Therefore secant inverse x is equals to cos inverse 1 by x. Therefore cos inverse 1 by x is equals to secant inverse x. Okay, with x is greater than or equal to 1 or x is less than or equal to minus 1. Okay, this condition is very important. You should remember this condition because in exam they may ask a question, if cos inverse 1 by x is equals to sec inverse x, for which values of x this property holds. That time you should write x should be greater than or equal to 1 or x should be less than or equal to minus 1, or you can write it as mod x is greater than or equal to 1 also, or x belongs to set of all real number excluding open interval minus 1 to plus 1. Okay, so this is about cos inverse 1 by x is equals to secant inverse x. Okay, so let me take the next property. The third property is, what is the third property here? The third property is tan inverse 1 by x. Okay, this is equals to what? Cot inverse x. Okay, so what is the condition here? X should be greater than 0. This is the condition. Okay, so to prove this, what to consider now? Let me consider cot inverse x is equals to what? Y. Cot inverse x is equals to y. Again we can write x is equals to what? Cot y. Okay, so again we are writing cot y is nothing but 1 by tan y, right? So again take x here and tan y here, therefore it becomes tan y is equals to 1 by x. Then we can write y is equals to what again? Tan inverse 1 by x. Right? So what is y here? Y is cot inverse x. So that will substitute back. Cot inverse x is equals to what? Tan inverse 1 by x. So we have proved the property tan inverse 1 by x is equals to what? Cot inverse x. Okay, with the condition that x should be greater than 0. Right? So how to use this property? We'll take examples now. So how to use the property? Property number 3, tan inverse 1 by x is equals to cot inverse x. Okay, so you can write tan inverse 1 by root 3 as cot inverse root 3, and again you can write tan inverse 1 is equals to what again? It's cot inverse 1 only, right? So you can write a tan inverse root 3 as tan inverse, it's cot inverse 1 by root 3. Okay, so you can use the property like this. Okay, so if tan inverse 1 by x is there, that is equals to what? Cot inverse x. Okay, so you can use backward also. Cot inverse x is written as tan inverse 1 by x. Okay, so this is about property number 3. So now we have proved property number 2 in that the sub 3 properties. That is what? First one, sin inverse 1 by x is equals to what? Cosec inverse x, and cos inverse 1 by x is equals to secant inverse x, and third one is tan inverse 1 by x is equals to what? Cot inverse x. Okay. So with this I'll go to now third property, and I hope you that you all understood this property. Okay. So now we'll go to next property, that is property number 3. Okay. So what is property number 3 says here? Okay. Again here also 3 sub properties are coming in the property number 3. Okay. The first one is sine inverse of minus x is minus sine inverse x. Sine inverse of minus x is minus sine inverse x. Here condition you see, x should be belongs to closed interval minus 1 to plus 1. I mean this property holds good in this particular domain only. Okay. And the next property, tan inverse minus x is equals to what? Minus tan inverse x. Tan inverse minus x is equals to minus tan inverse x, where x should be belongs to set of all real number. And the third property, cosec inverse of minus x is minus cosecant inverse x, and here x should be belongs to x mod x is greater than or equal to 1, or you can write x is belongs to set of all real number excluding open interval minus 1 to 1, or you can write x belongs to semi open interval minus infinity to minus 1 union semi closed 1 to infinity also. Okay. So let me prove these 3 properties now. In the property number 3, the first property, what is the first property here? Sine inverse of minus x is minus sine inverse x. Okay. So I'll prove now first property. What is the first property here? Sine inverse of minus x is minus sine inverse x. Okay. So how to prove this property? Okay. To prove the property number 3, let me consider sine inverse of minus x. Okay. Sine inverse of minus x. This will considered as y. Okay. Sine inverse of minus x is equals to what? Y. And now we are writing minus x will becomes what? Sine y. Okay. Minus x is equals to sine y. Then x equals to what? I'll multiply both side minus sign. Okay. So it becomes x is equals to minus sine y. Okay. And you know already sine of minus theta equals to what? Sine of minus theta equals to minus sine theta. I am using this property back side, means sine minus sine theta. I am writing sine of minus theta. Though that time it becomes x is equals to sine of minus y. Right. So x is equals to what you got here? Minus y. X is equals to sine of minus y. Therefore sine this, if x is equals to sine of minus y is there, we can write sine inverse x is equals to what? Minus y. Okay. So therefore you know already what is minus here, what is y here. Y is already we have taken, that is what? Minus sine inverse x. Okay. So minus sine inverse of minus x. Okay. So sine inverse x is equals to minus sine inverse x. Multiply both side negative sign. We are getting minus sine inverse x is equals to what? Sine inverse of minus x. Okay. Therefore we have proved the property number 1, that is sine inverse of minus x is always equals to what? Minus sine inverse x. Okay. Sine inverse minus x is equals to minus sine inverse x, with the condition x should be belongs to closed interval minus 1 to plus 1. Okay. And how to use this property? Okay. We'll learn now how to use the property number 1, sine inverse of minus x is minus. So we have proved the property that sine inverse of minus x is equals to what? Minus sine inverse x. Okay. So using how to use this property we'll learn now. Okay. So suppose they are giving, find the value of sine inverse minus 1 by 2. Okay. So now using this property we can write sine inverse minus 1 by 2 as minus sine inverse 1 by 2. Okay. So keep this minus sign as it is. For which angle sine is giving 1 by 2? For 30 degree. That is written as pi by 6. Therefore sine inverse minus 1 by 2 is written as what? Minus pi by 6. Okay, so instead of finding principal value with the first in the third class you learned how to find the principal values, right? So instead of writing sin inverse minus 1 by 2 is equals to y and minus 1 by 2 is equals to sin y and doing that and getting the value of y is equals to minus pi by 6, instead of doing that, now use this property sin inverse of minus x is equals to minus sin inverse x. You are getting sin inverse minus 1 by 2 is equals to minus sin inverse 1 by 2. Okay, so that is minus, keep sign as it is, and this gives the value what? Minus pi by 6. Okay, so let me consider another example. Sin inverse minus 1 by root 2. Okay, sin inverse of minus x, again it is written as what? Minus sin inverse x, right? Minus sin inverse x. Keep minus sign as it is. For which angle sin is giving 1 by 2 as the answer? For it is 45 degree. So that is nothing but pi by 4, minus pi by 4. Therefore, sin inverse, the principal value of sin inverse minus 1 by 2 is minus pi by 4. Directly we can find principal values like this using property as sin inverse of minus x is minus sin inverse x. Okay, so let me consider another property. What is the second property here? The second property is tan inverse of minus x. Tan inverse of minus x is what? Minus tan inverse x with the condition that x should be belongs to set of all real number. Okay, so how to prove this property? Yes, let me consider tan inverse of minus x is equals to what? Y. Tan inverse minus x is equals to y. Therefore, we can write minus x is equals to what? Tan y. Okay, multiply both side negative sign, we are getting x is equals to minus tan y. Okay, as you know already, tan of minus theta gives minus tan theta. Therefore, minus tan theta, I am writing tan of minus theta. Okay, if x is equals to tan of minus y is there, we can write this one as tan inverse x is equals to what? Minus y. Okay, so already you know the value of y because we only taken the value of y as minus tan inverse x. Okay, so substitute the value of y back here, minus tan inverse of minus x. Okay, the value of y is tan inverse of minus x. Again multiply both sides with the negative sign. Okay, what you are getting? Minus tan inverse x is equal to what? Tan inverse of minus x. Okay, so that we have proved the property that tan inverse of minus x is equals to what? Minus tan inverse x. Okay, so wherever x belongs to here, x belongs to set of all real number. Okay, and proving the property is also important. Sometimes they are asking for 2 marks. Prove that tan inverse of minus x is equals to minus tan inverse x where x belongs to R. Okay, and how to use this property? Yes, using this property, yes, they are asking find the value of tan inverse of minus 1. Okay, using this property we can write tan inverse of minus 1 equal to what? Minus tan inverse 1. Okay, so for which angle tan is giving 1 as the answer? For 45 degrees. So that we can write it as minus pi by 4. Okay, the principal value of tan inverse of minus 1 is minus pi by 4. Okay, like this we can apply the property tan inverse of minus x is equals to minus tan inverse x. Okay, so let me prove the third property. The third property here it is cosec inverse of minus x. Cosec inverse of minus x is equals to what? Minus cosec inverse x. Minus cosec inverse x with where x belongs to? X should be belongs to mod x is greater than or equal to what? 1, or x should be belongs to set of all real number excluding open interval minus 1 to plus 1. Okay, so again how to prove this property? Yes, again let me consider cosec inverse of minus x. Cosec inverse of minus x is equal to what? Y. Okay, therefore we can write minus x is equal to what? Cosec y. Okay, so again multiply both sides with negative sign. We are getting x is equal to what? Minus cosec y. Okay, therefore again we are writing minus cosec theta is nothing but cosec of minus theta. Therefore we can write it as cosec of minus y. Okay. So again, if x is equal to cosec of minus y is there, we can write it as cosec inverse of x is equals to what? Minus y. Okay. So already you know what is the value of y? Y is cosec inverse of minus x. That you put back. Therefore, cosec inverse x is equals to minus cosec inverse of minus x. Again multiply both sides with the negative sign. We are getting minus cosec inverse x is equals to what? Cosec inverse of minus x. Okay. So therefore we have proved the property cosec inverse of minus x is equals to what? Minus cosec inverse x. Okay. Here x should be belongs to set of all real number excluding minus 1 to 1 or mod x is greater than or equal to 1. Okay. So how to apply this property? Okay, they will ask find the principal value of cosec inverse minus 2. Okay, so you know already cosec inverse of minus x is minus cosec inverse x. Minus cosec inverse 2 we can write. Okay, for which angle cosec is giving 2 as the answer? For 30 degree, that is nothing but minus pi by 6. Like this we can apply this property. Property number 3, cosec inverse of minus x is minus cosec inverse x. Okay, so we have proved from the property 3 sub 3 properties. Okay, the first property is sin inverse of minus x is minus sin inverse x. Second property, tan inverse of minus x is minus tan inverse x. And the third property, cosec inverse of minus x is minus cosec inverse x. Okay, hope you understand this property. Okay, let me take another set of properties. Okay, so the next property, the fourth property is, first one you see, cos inverse of minus x is pi minus cos inverse x. Here x should be belongs to closed interval minus 1 to plus 1. And the second one is secant inverse of minus x is pi minus secant inverse x, where your x mod x should be greater than or equal to 1 or x belongs to set of all real numbers excluding minus 1 to plus 1. Okay, and the third one, cot inverse of minus x is pi minus cot inverse x, where your x belongs to, x should be belongs to set of all real number. Okay, so conditions are very important. These conditions are very important. Okay, so let me prove the first property. Yes, what is the first property here? Cos inverse of minus x. Okay, cos inverse of minus x, this equal to what? Pi minus cos inverse x, with x belongs to closed interval minus 1 to plus 1. Okay, so for this let me consider cos inverse minus x is equals to what? Y. Okay, so therefore we can write minus x is equal to what? Cos y. Okay, and now we are writing x is equals to what now? Minus cos y. Okay, so you know already sin of minus theta is minus sin theta, but not cos of minus theta is plus cos theta. Okay, so that we can't write minus cos of minus theta is minus cos theta. Therefore we can write this one as cos of pi minus theta, we can write as what? Minus cos theta. Therefore we can write minus cos y as cos of pi minus y. Okay, x is equals to cos of pi minus y. So if x is equals to cos of pi minus y is there, so what you are getting again? Cos inverse x is equals to what? Pi minus y. Okay, so already you know what is the value of y here. The value of y is cos inverse of minus x, that you substitute. Therefore cos inverse x is equals to pi minus of cos inverse of minus x. Okay, but the property, what is the property? Cos inverse of minus x is equals to pi minus cos inverse x. Therefore send this minus cos inverse x to this side, cos inverse x to that side. We are getting cos inverse of minus x is equals to what? Pi minus cos inverse x. Okay, so this is very important. Cos inverse of minus x is pi minus cos inverse x, where x belongs to closed interval -1 to +1. Okay. The third property is sine inverse of minus x is minus sine inverse x. But for cos inverse of minus x is pi minus cos inverse x. Okay. Hope you understood this property. Yes. How to apply this property? They will ask one example. Find the principal value of cos inverse -1/2. Okay, usual method, you know, you are putting this is equals to y and getting -1/2 is equals to cos y, like that you are finding its principal value. Okay, instead of that, we can, using this property, we can do it easily. Okay, cos inverse of minus x is what? Pi minus cos inverse x. Therefore, we can put pi minus cos inverse 1/2. Cos inverse of minus x is pi minus cos inverse x. Therefore, pi minus, for which angle cos is giving 1/2 as the angle? For 60 degree. That is nothing but pi by 3. So, therefore, pi minus pi by 3 is what? 2 pi by 3. Okay. So, obviously, it belongs to what? Closed interval what? 0 to pi. Okay. So, this is the principal value. Principal value of what? Cos inverse -1/2 is 2 pi by 3. Using this property, you can find principal value very easily. Okay. Understood now? Property number 1, cos inverse of minus x is pi minus cos inverse x. Okay. So, now we'll prove second property. The second property is sec inverse of minus x. Sec inverse of minus x is what? Pi minus secant inverse x. Okay. With mod x should be greater than or equal to what? 1. Okay. So, how to prove this property? Okay. We'll prove this property. They may ask proving the properties for 2 marks. Okay. So, let me consider secant inverse of minus x. This equal to what? Y. Okay. So, therefore, we can write minus x is equal to what? Secant y. Therefore, we can write x is equal to what? Minus secant y. Okay. So, you know, secant of minus theta is plus secant theta. Therefore, to get minus secant theta, we know that secant of pi minus theta is what? Minus secant theta. Okay. Use this. Therefore, this can be written as what? Secant of pi minus y. Okay. So, if x is equals to secant of pi minus y, again we are writing what? Secant inverse x is equals to what? Pi minus y. Okay. So, therefore, secant inverse x is equals to pi minus, what is y? The value of y is secant inverse of minus x. Okay. But what is the property here? Secant inverse of minus x is pi minus secant inverse x. Therefore, send this minus secant inverse of minus x this side and secant inverse that side. Okay. So, we are getting the property secant inverse of minus x is equals to what? Pi minus secant inverse x. Okay. Therefore, yes, what is your x here? Mod x should be greater than or equal to 1. This is about secant inverse of minus x is equals to pi minus secant inverse x. Okay. Again, how to use this property? Okay. They will ask in exam, find the principal value of secant inverse of minus 2, they will ask. Okay. So, you know already the property secant inverse of minus x is pi minus secant inverse x. Therefore, you are getting secant inverse of minus 2 is what? Pi minus secant inverse 2, right? So, therefore, it is pi minus. For which angle? Secant is giving 2 as the answer for 60 degree. Therefore, we can writing this one as pi by 3. Therefore, pi minus pi by 3. That's what answer is what here? 2 pi by 3. Got it na? And see, 2 pi by 3. Secant inverse of minus 2, answer is what? 2 pi by 3. The principal value of secant inverse of minus 2 is 2 pi by 3. Okay. So, we'll prove next property, that is cot inverse of minus x. Cot inverse of minus x, that is equals to what? Pi minus cot inverse x, where x belongs to set of all real number. Okay. So, we'll learn how to prove this property. Again, let me consider cot inverse of minus x, that is equals to what? Y. Okay. So, that again we can write this as minus x is equal to what? cot y. Okay, again multiply both sides with the negative sign. We are getting x is equals to what? Minus cot y. Okay, so you know, dear students, the result minus cot y can also be written as cot of minus y. Okay, so you know the result, cot of minus theta is equals to minus cot theta. Okay, but don't use this result. Okay, if you use this result, the corresponding, if you use this result, you use this result in while finding principal values. Okay, if suppose you use this result, the corresponding result is not belonging to principal value branch. So that instead of using cot of minus theta as minus cot theta, I am using minus cot theta as cot of pi minus theta. So to get the result should be belongs to principal value branch. So that I am using minus cot y as cot of pi minus y. Okay, therefore x is equal to cot of pi minus y. Therefore we are having cot inverse x is equals to what? Pi minus cot inverse x. Again you know the value of y. The value of y is what? Cot inverse of minus x. That is what? Cot inverse of minus x. We'll substitute it back. The value of y is cot inverse of minus x. Cot inverse x is equals to pi minus of cot inverse of minus x. Okay, again send this data to here and this one to that side. We are getting cot inverse of minus x. This is equals to what? Pi minus cot inverse x. Okay, here the condition is what? X should be belongs to what? Set of all real number. Okay, so now we'll see how to apply this result. Okay, so they will ask, find the principal value of cot inverse of minus 1. Okay, with usual method, you know, you are putting this is equals to y, therefore 1 minus 1 is equals to cot y, and hence you are getting its principal value. Instead of that, I know the result, cot inverse of minus x is pi minus cot inverse x. Okay, so that's what I am using here. Cot inverse of minus 1 is pi minus cot inverse 1. Okay, so cot inverse 1, what is the principal value of cot inverse 1? That is pi by 4. That is nothing but directly you can get for which angle cot is giving 1 as the answer for pi by 4, pi minus pi by 4. So that we can have the answer it as what? 3 pi by 4. Okay, so this is obviously belongs to the principal value branch, that is open interval 0 to pi. Okay, if you used, okay, now let me see here, if you used minus cot y as cot of minus y, you are getting result cot inverse of minus x is minus cot inverse x. Okay, suppose we use that result cot inverse of minus 1 as minus cot inverse 1, we are getting answer minus pi by 4. So obviously minus pi by 4 is not belongs to this principal value branch. So instead of getting cot of minus y as minus cot y as cot of pi minus y, so that we can get our result belongs to principal value branch. Okay, so this is about all the properties. You learn property number 2, property number 3 as well as property number 4. Okay, so based on this I am giving some of the examples. Try to do yourself. These all examples, try to do yourself. Already you find the principal values of the given data using what? The usual method, that is putting sine inverse minus root 3 by 2 is equals to y. Okay, so that is also correct. To instead of doing that, now we'll use property number 3 and property number 4 to find the principal values of the followings. Okay, so we have proved now property number 2 as what? Sine inverse 1 by x is cosec inverse x, tan inverse 1 by x is cot inverse x, and cos inverse 1 by x is secant inverse x. And property number 3 as sine inverse of minus x is minus sine inverse x, and tan inverse of minus x is minus tan inverse x, cosec inverse of minus x is minus cosec inverse x. Okay, and property number 4 as cos inverse of minus x as pi minus cos inverse x, secant inverse of minus x as pi minus secant inverse x, and then cot inverse of minus x as pi minus cot inverse x. Okay, using property number 3 and 4, try to do these examples yourself. Okay, so in the next class we'll learn few more properties of inverse trigonometric functions. Until then students, bye bye, take care, thank you.